this video, you will learn about how to take and store user input and later use it for your own programs. Until now, we have this project which when open gives us this text box which have two buttons. We can click on these buttons and we can type in the text box. And when we click on the close button, it closes our window leaving behind the console. In this WM create case, we have a question made by question handle. We have a text box made by text box handle and a button, two buttons created by button handle each. So we have this OK button which have the H menu number 1, and you can see in this WM command case that we do not have any case created for our OK button. So first of all we will create a case by number 1 and break it. Now you have to keep up with me because I will be explaining a few things to you in a moment. So first of all, create an integer, give it any name, and for sake of convenience give it a value 0. There is no need of giving it a value, but just give it. And now, so we are going to store our input in the form of array of characters. So first of all we have to create an array, a global array of characters. So here you have to say character and give it a name. So input name and give its maximum count. It would be 50. So this would be a group of 50 characters. Now you have to create a pointer to the first character of this array. So character asterisk and a name. Our pointer would be named point. It would be pointing at the first character. So and input name in square brackets give number 0. You might be knowing about the indexing and all those things. So now x would be equal to get window text. Now you have to give the handle of your text box. So what is the handle of our text box? It is here. The handle is text box itself. So text box handle makes a window which works like a text box in our program. I tried to make it not confusing, but you will understand it at the end of this video. So you have to put in handle there. Our handle is text box. So text box comma, then give the pointer. So what is our pointer to the first character of our array? It is point. So point, and then maximum characters which are allowed in that array, it is 50. So now this will store whatever we would input in the text box into that array. So we would just take it in our console. So cout input name and semicolon at the last. Let's see if this is working or not. So let's put some text in the text box. As you can see, we got some text in our console. Let's type some more. It's writing in our console whatever we are typing in the text box. You can also take this output in a message box by doing this thing. So create a message box, then give simple bracket and type null, its location, then keep this as input name, then give it a heading. So is it taking input? would be our heading. And then the buttons. So yes, no button. And let's see. So whatever we will type in this text box and click OK, it would come in a message box. So we got Edward in our message box. Let's change this. Now we got Alice in our message box. So these things are working well. So this our input is stored as a character and we cannot usually use character for other things, so we have to convert that character to strings. But first of all, I will teach you why we use a handle text box here. So for that thing I have to create another text box and it would be of another other handle. So create other handle and I would name it password. Now I would make a text box for our password and I would skip it because it will just make our video long. So I would make a window for password. I am back. I have created a password window and now it is just a text box below our first text box. But these two text boxes have different handles. This one has the handle password and the upper one have a password. Upper one have the handle text box itself. So this one is text box. We would need a button which would check if the password we enter is correct or incorrect. So right now I will close this and I will create a new button with the same handle button. So I will copy this. I will just skip it. So now we have a button which has a name check password, but we do not have any function yet. I just created a button here. And now I will create another character array for the password. So character input password. It would have almost 100 characters. So this would be 100 character long array. So give a semicolon at the end. So our button check password has the H menu number 3. So let's create a case for that button. Sorry about that. I was getting some errors. So now every case has curly brackets. What functions the case have are written inside the curly brackets. So I made this case 3, but I will make it again for you. So make an integer. So I made an integer I which is equal to 0. Then make a character pointer which would be pointing towards the first letter of our array. So it would be input password's first character. And now I is equal to get window text. And then the handle is password. And pointer is W, which is W. And maximum length is 100. Let's build this. But before we would take message box and paste it here so that we would know if it is taking our input or not. We would change this input name to input password and now build it. There is an error again. So you have to put AND here. And now it builds correctly. So let's see if it's taking our input or not. So this is for name and this is for password. So it takes our name by clicking OK, but it also closes the window. Let's do it for password once again. So now it takes from the second password text box. So it's working for our password too. I would just remove the post quit message from the OK button. And now we are going to make strings from our character array. So create a string and give it any name. I would name it as password string. So password str. And now I am going to make a for loop to convert the character array into string. For integer a is equal to 0, until input password a is not equal to null and a is less than 100. So and a is less than 100, it have to do a plus plus and run through this loop. So here password string, so new password string would be equal to old password string. So password string would be equal to password string plus input password a. I am trying my best to not to confuse you. So now I am going to see out the new password string. Let's type something in our password. It takes an in our console. It is a string. So now we converted the character array into a string. So if our password is not equal to something, then it have to say correct password, and else it have to say wrong password. So that's how a password is created. So just a message box which would say correct password. So now let's enter a name and let's enter the correct password. So correct password is here. So copy it, paste it here, and it gets correct password. So that completes our videos to create an input box. But still, I can teach you how to get bitmap images into the message box or into the our input box window, and that would be the bonus video. So thank you for watching.